Welcome back guys to another FPL content. In today's video I'm going to make my final team selection for FPL Gameweek 1. You know that Fantasy Premier League is going to start soon and that's important to make our teams completed and competitive. So right now I'm going to reveal my final team and of course share little strategy which is I think is valuable at the beginning and very simple. So before I start the team selection, I want to ask you to subscribe the channel and like this video because it's important for me while it represents single click for you, and according to YouTube statistic 97% of the viewers have not subscribed yet. So please smash the subscribe button and help me to reach the milestone which is on the screen right now. Okay guys, let's start with the team selecting, and before I do that I want to tell you that you can see my latest draft, my final draft, which is on my channel right now. So in that video I just said that I was going to make little bit changes due to injuries or maybe some issues. So right now I have to make my team completed, and of course I'm going to start with the goalkeepers. As the goalkeeper I'm going to use Robert Sanchez from Chelsea and Dubravka at the backup. I think that Chelsea right now has the ability to win the Premier League this year because they won Conference League last year and they won Club World Cup, and the credibility is back. So I guess Chelsea can handle and fight for the Premier League title till the end. And of course I have my favorite four teams are Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City who can win the Premier League. So one of the favorites are Chelsea, so I have their goalkeeper and I guess they have the ability to make clean sheet. And of course what about Dubravka, who is one of the best backup in the fantasy league because his price is 4 million and he will be the main goalkeeper in Burnley. So right now he has little issues and he is not going to play, but to be honest in the first fixture Sanchez would be my first choice. So I guess no worries about Dubravka because whether he's going to play or not, I'm not going to use him, but probably in the future if I need it I will have the backup goalkeeper under 4 million price which is able to play. So it's a big plus and big asset for our team. Of course there are many goalkeepers, just like I guess Alisson from Liverpool, Raya from Arsenal, but they are their price is higher, and under that price, under 5 million, I guess instead of Robert Sanchez you can pick Celts from Nottingham Forest. But right now I have one defender from Nottingham Forest, so I guess it's not the best option to pick two players from Nottingham Forest at the same time, which is responsible to defense. I mean one goalkeeper and one defender. So they played very well in the last season, but that's not that does not mean that they are going to continue like this. So I have one Chelsea goalkeeper and one defender from Nottingham Forest, and my first choice at the defender was Levi Colwill, but he has right now injury and probably he's going to miss at least 8 months. So it's too much, and I think he's not going to return back in the best shape. So right now Chelsea will struggle a little bit in defense, but I think they have ability to make clean sheet because the calendar at the beginning is too good. So I think Robert Sanchez is going to be great example and great asset in our team as the goalkeeper. So what about my defensive side, which is going to start with newcomer in the Premier League, Jeremy Frimpong, which Liverpool bought from Leverkusen, and he played very well in friendly matches, but at the defensive side he is not the best, we all know, and he was not at Leverkusen and in Bundesliga. So but at the same time he is very efficient in attack and he can grab assists and goals, and he can be very good combined with Mohamed Salah, which is one of the best player in the Premier League at this moment. So right now having Jeremy Frimpong, I guess I just expect more contribution in attack. So he has the ability to score the goal, and he scored the goal against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. I think he was going to cross at this moment, but he scored the goal, and he has the ability to make an assist or just he loves to run forward. So Frimpong is great asset if you want to have the defender who is going to play as a play in front, and of course if we according to Arne Slot, when Salah is going to play AFCON, Frimpong is the main option right now to play at the attacker. So I think he is going to spend much time in attack, so he's good as said. Next one is Cuti Romero from Spurs, and what about his calendar? Because first match against Burnley at home, and the next against Manchester City, we all know it's hard. But recently, Tottenham Hotspur loves to play against Manchester City, and what's the most important? Another fixtures is very good for him, and I think at this moment, Spurs are a little bit favorites against their opponents, and we can see the fixtures of course of Romero, and right now I will show you the fixtures. First one against Burnley, which I have already told you. Then Manchester City, it's hard of course, I know, but then Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves and Leeds, and we can see more. Aston Villa, Everton, okay, then Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal, but right now at this point we can use substitution, or just we can use the market to buy or replace Romero if we don't like his performance. But at this moment Romero is not only good at defensive contribution, and he loves clearances, ball clearances and ball recovers, he's good at it, but at the same time he's good in opposite box, and he loves to score goals. So despite the fact he just keen on to take yellow card or red card, he is one of the best defender in the Premier League at this moment. And in the future, we all know in 1 year it's World Cup, so everybody wants to be in shape. So who else but Cuti Romero, an Argentinian player, is going to perform well, and I guess he's going to score many crucial goals for Tottenham at this season. Remember that words, and I guess he's very good under that price, under 5 million. And what about the best calendar at this point? Esri Konsa from Aston Villa, another defender. But this time from Aston Villa, because I think Aston Villa has one of the best calendar at the beginning, so they have a very good opportunity to contribute in defense and in attack at the same time. So I guess now see the matches and the fixtures of Aston Villa. First match against Newcastle at home, and probably at this moment I'm not going to use Esri Konsa in the first fixture, and of course when I reveal my final team you will make the decision at the same time. Next Brentford, next Crystal Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham and Burnley. In every match they are favorite, agree with me probably. Then Tottenham, Manchester City and Liverpool. Okay, that fixtures are bad and hard, but first 7 or 8 fixtures are good for Williams, and I guess having Aston Villa defender, and they can manage, he can manage to have at least 4 or 5 clean sheets, I think. So Esri Konsa is hidden gem, I guess, but at the same time he's picked by many players, but I don't want to miss that possible contribution by him. And the next defender is Neco Williams from Nottingham Forest, and I was talking about him. Nottingham Forest was very good at defensive side in the last season, and they can continue like this. But I was not going to pick a goalkeeper and defender in the same team. So I think that having Neco Williams in defense under 5 million, he's good at ball recoveries, and he's also good. He loves to join attack. So I think he's great asset under 5 million. And the next one is Reynaldo, who is also a newcomer in the Premier League in Sunderland. So I guess that I'm not going to use him in a starting lineup, and everybody knows it. But as a backup, he's one of the best under 4 million, because if you played if you have played UCL Fantasy 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he was playing for Atletico de Madrid, and the contribution was too high because as a central defender he's good, and of course he loves to attack. So right now in both situations he's good, depending on how Sunderland is going to perform from a defensive position. So at least at the ball at the ball recoveries and clearances from the box, probably Reynaldo, I think he's going to be one of the best. And and I think he's worth to pick. So right now I'm going to reveal my midfield and forward line. My midfield is going to start with Cole Palmer, and I predict that Chelsea is going to fight for the Premier League, and who else but Cole Palmer just must take that responsibility. He loves to score goals, he takes set pieces, he loves to make assists, and of course he just keen on to contribute and get many points in FPL. So we saw last campaign of Cole Palmer in the second half was bad in the last campaign, but with the final moment, just he scored against Betis, and he scored in the Club World Cup. He was decisive player in a both situation, and right now I think Chelsea must fight for the Premier League. The transfers was good. Only one question mark is how can they replace Colville in defense, but they have many talented players, so I guess it is going to be easier for them. And the next one is going to be Saka for my team, because I think Arsenal has also ability to fight for the Premier League title, and they own many good players, Damsgaard, just Subimendi, and Gyökeres, the most important transfer for them, I guess, because they was lacking forward, and because of injuries they did not fight for the Premier League title last year. But this time I think that Arsenal has ability to fight for the Premier League till the end. So Saka is going to take this means that I think that Saka is going to score many goals, just like he did, and grab many assists just like he did in last year, because if not an injury situation, I guess Saka was going to break the record of assists. And right now only one question mark what I have, and what many FPL managers have, is that Saka is going to take penalties, or Gyökeres is going to take penalties. If Gyökeres is going to take penalties, that means that contribution points will be decreased for Saka. But if Saka continues to do likewise he did last year, I guess contribution points will be increased, and efficiency will be better for Bukayo Saka. And despite the fact the calendar is terrible for Arsenal at the beginning, I think they have ability to grab the points, and who else but Saka must be the leader for the Gunners. And the next one is Florian Wirtz, another new player in the Premier League. So Wirtz just scored, and Wirtz just assist already from friendlies and from the Community Shield. So I think he has the ability to be one of the leader in Liverpool. At this moment I think he's a little bit shy, because he is not shooting too much, and just he's oriented to make assists just like he did against Crystal Palace. And I guess he can take more responsibility, and he can be better bowler, of course, in the Premier League. And under 8.5 million, he is going to be great asset, I think. And what about him? He loves to score goals. We all know his abilities now from the Bundesliga. And the Premier League is different level, but also Florian Wirtz is different level, and he can score many goals and do efficiency things for our fantasy team. Next one is Kudus from Spurs, and just I have explained how good calendar has Spurs at the beginning, and who else but Mohamed Kudus has ability to play in a starting lineup, because Son is already moved in MLS, and that means Kudus and Brennan Johnson probably is going to fight for the starting lineup. And they have Kudus is also good aside, because if you have played Champions League fantasy and Premier League fantasy 2 years ago, Kudus was very efficient, and I think he can continue like this. And I think also Spurs is going to be better team than they were last year. So last midfielder is going to be Anderson from Nottingham Forest, because of the defensive points and the defensive point contribution. Anderson was one of the best last year, so I think he's going to be likewise this year. Of course, I could buy Tijani Reinders instead of him, and other midfielders, but I think at least one defensive midfielder is going to be good asset for our team. Rodri is injured, and I think Rodri would be a great player for my team, but he's injured and nobody knows what kind of shape he's going to return for in the FPL. So my forward line is going to start with João Pedro from Chelsea, who had great impact in the Club World Cup, and he scored some crucial goals for Chelsea. He won Club World Cup. He is transferred from Brighton, so Premier League experience is back, and no adaptation period. He just scored in friendly matches also, and I think he's going to be main striker in Chelsea, despite the fact they both Delap, and also they have Nicolas Jackson, who probably is going to leave Chelsea. But at this moment, I think João Pedro is going to be the main striker, and he has the ability to score many goals, and no wonder he is picked by many fantasy managers at this moment. So next forward, and I think the best forward at this moment in FPL is going to be Ollie Watkins, because look at his friendly matches, and recently he is in the best shape. He scored many goals in friendly matches, and the contribution is high, and I think in the last season it was mistake from Unai Emery, who replaced him from the starting lineup with Rashford, and that swap was bad, and just Aston Villa can't play Champions League football this year, but I guess they can play next year if they perform well. And who else but Ollie Watkins, who is in the best shape at this moment, can grab many additional points for our team, and I think he is the main player who can be the captain from the game week 1, and he will be differential captain, of course, at this moment. And the last forward is going to be Hugo Ekitike from Liverpool, who just scored against Crystal Palace and who just scored in a friendly match. So Ekitike, I think he has the ability to start well, and what about the starting is too important for the mentality, and I think Hugo Ekitike has the great match for that, because match against Bournemouth, who just sold every defender from their team, and I think who else but Ekitike and Wirtz can perform well. Okay, now what about my chip strategy? What I was going to tell you is that I no bench boost at this moment, no wildcard. Of course, I have free wildcard at the beginning, and everyone has, and no other chips. I'm not going to use any chip. That means I just want to left 0.5 million in the bank, and that's important, and that's one of the good strategy, because you know that the prices are going to change, maybe not after single fixture, but maybe a couple of fixtures. After a couple of fixtures, the prices are going to change, so having 0.5 million in the bank is a great one, because you can buy the better player, and you can start thinking about better player, so you can afford it, and that's a biggest plus in FPL. So you know that you have only one free transfer, so that's important how you use it, and 0.5 million additionally is very good extra plus for our team. You can see also my recent draft, which I called the final draft in the last video, and you can compare both teams, and tell me in the comment section which one is better. And right now, what I see in my team, it's perfect, and I'm going to show you my first 11 player for the game week 1. My preferred 11 is going to be like this. In goalie, I have Robert Sanchez. Then I have Romero, Frimpong, and Nico Williams. In the midfield, I guess I have Cole Palmer, Saka, Kudus, and Wirtz. And as a forward, I have Watkins, João Pedro, and Ekitike. So what about captaincy? And my captains will be decided between João Pedro and Ollie Watkins, and one of them will have the captain Erbrand, and another one will have vice captain. So I think the little bit advantage is all about Ollie Watkins, but I must decide before the deadline ends. Now another question about Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland, and I'm not going to use both of them. Maybe that's a little bit risky, but if I struggle, I will see in the future. That's my strategy, guys. Another strategy. So try to avoid Erling Haaland, and why? And I am going to tell you, because the Manchester City with Rodri and without Rodri is a different team, and that was proved in the last season. So right now you know that Rodri is going to miss at least 3 weeks, so it is going to be important weeks for Manchester City, because matches are going to be hard, and I guess even defensive line of Manchester City and attacking line without Rodri is just so different. Even build up is slower, and Rodri is the bridge and the best player in Manchester City. So right now having Holland, who is not going to be such useful, I think, from the beginning, and I don't want to miss. I don't want to pay 40 million in that kind of player. While I have the forwards which are in a great shape, just like Ekitike, Joao Pedro, and Oli Watkins from Aston Villa. So what about Mohamed Salah? And I was lobbying that I would choose one of them, Mohamed Salah or Erling Haaland, but at this moment I'm not going to choose one of them, because Mohamed Salah just did not perform well in the friendlies, and I think that he is not in the best shape, and the match against Bournemouth is not the best example to pick Mohamed Salah. Probably he is going to shine, but what about long perspective? Because there is Newcastle, there is Arsenal, and many good matches, many hard matches for Liverpool. So having Mohamed Salah at the beginning, who is not in the best shape, I think it's a false, it is going to be wrong for our team, and Mohamed Salah did not perform well in the Community Shield, so probably he's going to play well against Bournemouth, but nobody knows, and I'm not going to pay that 14.5 million for him at the beginning. So guys, there are many good players in Liverpool, just like Wirtz, Gakpo, Ekitike, who can take that responsibility and just score goals. So not all about Mohamed Salah, and Liverpool was all about Mohamed Salah in the last season. And see the results just before a match against PSG and after match against PSG. Before match against PSG, Salah was one of the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or, and then PSG eliminated Liverpool, in a round of 16, and just see Mohamed Salah record. It's a disaster if you compare the first half of the season. So nobody knows how Salah is going to perform, but at this moment I'm not going to pick either Holland or Mohamed Salah. So my team is going to be like this, and the cheap strategy to leave the 0.5 million in the bank is going to be crucial for any FPL team, I guess. So guys, if you like my strategy and if you like my team, you can comment down below, and of course what is luck of my team, and who is going to be a great player, Holland or Salah, and who must I buy, Holland or Salah, or just live without him? Just comment below. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video and join in a league which is on the screen, and of course wish you all the best, guys. Thank you, goodbye.